How's it going everyone, and welcome back to another video. On this video then, I'm going to be showing you how you can do all this and gain nationally recognised qualifications at the same time, costing you absolutely no money whatsoever. So whether you're going to go be an officer, a soldier, a reservist, whatever it may be, even if you're already currently serving, you might not know about this little military hack, but it's basically going to convert all your sort of experiences in the military into them sort of nationally recognised certificates and diplomas and all the rest of it. So let's get amongst it. How's it going everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And if you're not aware, my name is Luke and welcome to Ranger Media. All things military here on the channel, so whether it be informative videos, giving a little bit of information on how to join or what it's like, or straight down that to entertainment side of stuff where you'll just actually see what the day in the life is, or just what it's like to be a soldier. So whether you're going to join or you're not joining, you're not a family member, whatever it may be, there's something here for you. Right, so this video then, what I'm going to be discussing is informative style one, is the education you can get in the army. This applies to absolutely everyone within the army, but because I'm infantry, I want to pull out the infantry side of stuff and show how this paired up with your infantry experience can be a very, very strong asset. The big thing that keeps people away from the infantry is, what am I going to be able to do? And I would rather go join the RLC, engineers, whatever it may be, to get that trade, so I've got something to fall back on. Happy days, everything in the army is gleaming, nothing wrong with wanting to do that. However, there is people there wanting to get that soldier experience. That is where the prime stuff is going to be. You're going to get that, within the infantry. And this paired up with what I'm about to show you now is going to totally put a lot of people at ease. So this is going to be all the qualifications where if you spang it out in a career within the infantry, how you can still look after yourself for when you get out. You train to get into the army. As soon as you're in the army, you're then in current training to become a veteran. So it's within everyone's sort of, it's everyone's job then. Sorry, it's your own job then to ensure that you're going to have the best chance possible, giving yourself the best chance possible once you jump out at the other side. Right, jumping into the computer for this one. Right, so here we go. This is a landing page. So if you're already in the military, which it didn't sort of make anyone else aware, if you are watching this and you are serving and you have never heard of this offer, this is going to be a real big one for you as well, because you'll not have to go to training and do all the rest of it. You're already sold, you're here, but this is to look after yourself, and to all that hard work you've been nailing out in Brecon and all the other places, and convert it into these qualifications, which are good to help you whenever you jump out, whenever it may be. Right, so what I'm going to be doing is going to be dropping the link that I've got to this landing page in the description box below this video. So if there's something you want to check out, go down there. However, if you're not serving, this will not work for you, because, in fact, sorry, you can, because you can just bluff it and just, yeah, in fact, I'm talking absolute rubbish. You can, everyone can use the link, even if you're not in the army, and just go in there and fiddle around to see what you can qualify for, and sort of, if you're not in serving now, put in rough dates what you think you might be a whatever rank. And for that type of person now who's going to be watching this, I'm going to break this down for you really quickly so you know to cover it off. Right, so these qualifying courses for soldiers, if you're already in, you'll already know all that, the crack there. Phase 1, Phase 2 training, self-explanatory, very, very start. PNCO, CLM, that's when you're converting, that's when you're going to become a Lance Corporal. So you've became a Lance Corporal. Junior NCO then, a Corporal. Senior NCO then, you become a Sergeant. This also covers you for Colour Sergeant, Staff Sergeant if you're outside of the infantry, and Warrant Officer, so that's Sergeant Major. So you'll do this at Class 2, this is the first jump at Sergeant Major. And then the second one then is W1, which is like your regimental, RSMs, all that sort of stuff. Link back to the video up around here if I do link it on infantry career structure. And then the other wee nice one there is a range management. A lot of people throughout the whole of the army will do range management qualifications. However, it is not a necessity for them in their job role. So some of them might have it, might not have it. Whereas if you're in the infantry, you will 100% be doing this, because you will be heavily involved in ranges. And what I mean by ranges is like live firing, so shooting and all that kind of stuff, because that was our main job role. Right, officers, if you're an officer who is serving, you do not need me to go through all this anyway, because this is not my battlefield anyway. But for anyone watching who's wanting to become an officer, this also applies to you, so you can get amongst all this. like I said, not my battlefield, so no, it's just like hieroglyphics to me. Bar Rams, so that's obviously Sandhurst. That's where you're going to do your initial, your basic training stuff. You're going to spend a year there. So as soon as you've done that, you qualify to convert some of that qualifications over. Jolt and Jotac, I just know that off the top of my head because that's when they become to be a captain. This and all the rest of this, gobbledygook, I have no idea what that is. However, if you are wanting to know, still get in touch and I will get in comms with a serving officer to find out what the crack is there and what all that means for you. So I will square you away. Right, back into my actual battlefield then is where the sort of the scallywags live, is here. So junior NCO, CLM, like I said, corporals, sergeants, sergeant majors, and this is all sort of reserve stuff. So reserves, this also applies to you. The rest of it then also pretty self-explanatory. You have to be a substantive rank. What that means is you have to be promoted actually in that rank. There's people throughout the army who they're in certain jobs but they're acting, so they're not I'm not an AGC clerk. We're not going to explain all that, but it just means you have to be in the actual rank, so a real rank, if that makes sense. Reserves for you then, your CLM, so the course you're needing was 2016, so that's squared now, so we're well past that, so we're good to go. So let's go then. Right, so regular, obviously I'm regular. I'll click here. I'll go next. Current rank is sergeant. So like I said, if you're a civilian doing this, you can sort of mess around with the ranks and see what you can get to further better your sort of investigation research about whether you want to join up or not. Right, then you'll have to do the guessing the dates. For yous, if you're not joined yet, it's going to be really easy. If you have been in a bit, just go on to your JPA and double check. So for me, I can't do two things at once. So this is your Lance Corporal one. When did I do that? There, let's go there. Your junior interest is up to your corporal then. I would have done this 2012, I think it was. It's there. And this is it. So sergeant, that would be for me there. Boom. So this is what all I'm qualified. This is what all I can get. So this costs me absolutely no money whatsoever. So here then you can see the Army Skills Offer will pay. There you go, in bold there. Pay for you to receive the following qualifications. So I'm definitely going to get the level 2 certificate in that. I'm not going to read everything out because you're watching this now with me. So I can definitely get that there. And in addition, I also claim then this or this. Now, one thing I will say about the education side of stuff is where it has been explained to me, just because something has a higher number doesn't mean it's a better qualification, if that makes sense to you. So what this is a level 4 award, so there's your two takeaway things there, whereas this is a diploma. So in some cases a diploma may be more weight outside. So if a civilian employer, you go for an interview, you drop down the level 4 award and you drop down the level 3 diploma, because that's got the higher number. The level 4 one doesn't mean it's the sort of well-known one as such. There's still going to be both. It's up to you to decide which one you want to take, which I'll explain in the next sort of screen. So in addition then, I can also claim this level 5 affiliateship, one of these each then. So in addition to, so I'm going to get one qualification there, choose one of these, and in addition to choosing one of these, I get to pick one of these here. So just off the top of my head, just quickly looking at, I'm definitely obviously going to take the level 2 here. Then I'm going to do, I would probably take, this is just a quick look, I would take that level 3 diploma, and then I would take the level 4 diploma. Even though it's not higher there, to me, straight away, diplomas, I think, to me, sound better, and they're a bit more weight in them, and it shows you that progression. Level 2 certificate, then 3 diploma, then level 4 diploma. That shows good progression, so that's what I would do. However, it's totally down to yourself and what you want to do. And as it says here, note down the qualifications that you're eligible for, because you can't go backwards. So this is what I'm eligible for. I would go forward. Have you ever completed the range management qualification course? Yes, I have. So that's another thing with the infantry. This is a big thing, is the range sort of stuff. So you'll click yes. Boom, and there's another one. So a level 3 award in leadership management. Bang, have that. Thank you very much. Right, and then so here then, these are the 3 sort of awarding bodies. So you'll back to the page there showing you what you can take. You'll look through that page what you've just made notes on, and then you'll go through each sort of one. Let's click one of them. That's not great. My internet is not great at all. City and Guilds. Now I know City and Guilds well because I've done stuff with them before. So boom, straight into City and Guilds, and then that basically discusses, you go find the course that you see at the very start, and then you go through all the different levels, telling you what they are, what having that course, what it entails you to have. So let's, for instance, where are you now? Can I remember one off the top of my head? We're at level 4, I think there was just corporal-ish, I think. So the professional recognition awards are available at level 4 levels. So this is what it says: has first line responsibility for managing day-to-day activities, managing resources in an area of responsibility, constructively working with others to develop and maintain. So it's showing you here you're a leader, you're a manager, and all this. If you were to go into a civilian employer, drop down your qualification, this is basically what it's telling that employer, really, in a nutshell. Right, so that's where you get to research all your different ones, and then you hit done. There we go. Right, you hit done, and then you go into the onto that website, and then you start the application process. I'm not going to go do that now and show you how to do it. This was just really to show you what you can get out there. If you are in the military, you'll go into your where all your competencies are in JPN and stuff, and you'll have to print off proof that you've done whatever that's saying you've done, and you send it all away, and then that comes to you in the form of qualifications. That is really, really gleaming straight away there, and then it just shows you then now, gone are the days where, now specifically the infantry, where you go serve in the infantry and then you'll not have anything to fall back on afterwards. So straight away now you're building this foundation to further, push you, excel you into, and make sure you have that transition into civilian life a lot easier. Now don't forget as well, as soon as you sign off and go out of the army, you'll also go into resettlement and do other specific courses. So this is just add on to it, so extra ammunition within your CV as such. I've taken education, so if you are part of the channel, you will know I said about doing personal training style of stuff. That cost me money. That cost me $2,500 because I used my enhanced learning credits to do that. And as you see me going through there, it was up to a level 4 diploma I could get. That's only level 3, and that was $2,500. So you think about how much money that's worth. Then qualifications I just showed you are. And it's all completely free. You just gotta, just do your flipping job and do your career, and then that's the stuff you can pick up. Boom. So that is it. Very informative. Don't know where we are time-wise. I do like to keep them as short as I can and not completely bored to the tears, but just wanted to put that out there because infantry gets so much stick off not being better prepared afterwards. The crayon munchers, and then that's it. Whereas totally, that is now over. That does not happen. This is available to you. So that hopefully will help you now do a little bit more research and further decide whether you want to go wherever it is in the army, or if you were wanting to do that infantry stuff, and that's the stuff that was holding you back, which a lot of you were, because that's what you've been telling me. There you go. That's all you're going to get. And I've only just went up to level 4 diploma because I'm now sergeant, but obviously as I go through 2 more ranks, if I get there, the 2 more ranks, I will still be able to go higher with them qualifications. So level 5, level 6. And then I've got loads of qualifications to have to jump across. Then, like you maybe just heard me touch about that PT side stuff there, where I use enhanced learning credits, and then you can use them credits then to, when you get to that stage, to go do a degree or do whatever else. The world is your oyster with education. But point being is now, from the day you go, you're starting to work towards civilian, nationally recognised qualifications from people such as City and Guilds. Right? Enough of that there. Right, so if that hasn't squashed you, if that hasn't swayed your mind in any way forward, in any way, shape or form, right, this next bit then, about 3 minutes then, action packed. So basically this is now infantry. So all this footage is, in particular, the Royal Irish. So every piece of footage is from a ranger, and what it's to show you, you can do this life, which I'm about to show you now, and also retain these qualifications. So that's it, and I will leave you at the very end of that. Thank you very much for joining me. Thanks for having the patience for the current subscribers who've been waiting a while for a standalone video. I'm now back in action. As you're watching this now, I will be out on the ground in the next couple of days to go on exercise. So I will, so just as you thought I was back, I will be late by another week, but it'll be worth the wait, because a week after you're going to get another punchy video of what it's like to be on exercise in your battalion, so in your regiment, so away from all the training scenarios, because there's enough of that on here anyway. Right, enough of me sort of talking off. Get amongst this video. Please, if you do get something out of it, can subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you again in the next video. See you then.
Prepare to move, stay in the ditch and keep low.
I'm not going down. I'll be the last man standing. The last man standing. You know I'm not bending, never break. I'm the heavyweight with all the answers. I'm the last man standing. I'm the last man standing. I drew a line into the sand 'cause I only plan to be the last man. The last man standing. I'm not going down. I'll be the last man standing. The last man standing. You know I'm never bending, never break. I'm the heavyweight with all the answers. I'm the last man standing. I'm the last man standing. I drew a line into the sand 'cause I only plan to be the last man. The last man standing. Get back up and carry on.